Hey everybody, my name is Brandon from thestockstudents.com, and today I want to talk about Nano Dimension stock, ticker symbol NNDM. What I want to do first is I want to go into Google and try and explain my point of view on why I think Nano Dimension stock is up over 30% in a single month's time. And then I want to go into the earnings report to try and see how the company is doing overall. And then I want to go into the trading charts to see if we can find a level or two to buy Nano Dimension if we want to buy Nano Dimension. So now let's get started. So here we are in Google, and I want to explain this company really quickly first, and then we'll get into the reason why I think the stock ran up around 30% in a month. So just a quick 30-second overview here. Nano Dimension is basically a 3D printing company that has the technology to 3D print circuit boards and other electronic circuitry. I'm not going to go into the science because we're here to talk investing, but the point I'm trying to make is that these products are really necessary. The market will grow for this in the future, and that this is truly transformative technology. Nano Dimension certainly has a great product that could lead to growth, not just for the company, but for entire industries. So let's go back here to Google's chart, and as you can see, the stock ran up nicely, around 30% in about a month. So, when you see gains like this, the question is always, why did the stock run up? Well, I think it's a combination of the cool and very interesting products that I've talked about that is generating excitement and attracting large backers like Cathy and her ARK investments. I think that these two reasons, especially the interest in Cathy is what's driving the stock price up. If you watched my channel before, then I talk a lot about a frenzy parabolic phase followed by a period of FOMO investors bidding up the stock. So I think that this is exactly what we're seeing here. A lot of people are following Cathy and her ARK investments into this name, which could be bidding up the stock. Again, there could be other reasons, but I think that these are the two main reasons why we've risen over 465% since September. So if you watched my channel before, then you may have recognized what I said about a frenzy parabolic phase followed by a period of FOMO investors coming in to bid up the stock. What normally I say after I say those words is that we reach a point where investors realize that valuation concerns matter and the stock starts dropping. So the real question is here, will Nano Dimension fall because of realization of valuation concerns, or will we continue climbing the ladder upwards? And the real answer is I have no idea. If anybody tells you they know for sure what will happen to Nano Dimensions, they are either lying or they're crazy. The point I'm trying to make here is that yes, we could continue climbing the ladder higher and keep making more highs and keep seeing more gains, but you have to be aware of the law of gravity here. What comes up must come down. And maybe Nano Dimensions breaks the law of gravity and I'll be happy for them, but for me as a science guy and as an investor, I'm a little cautious to say the least. I'm not saying that Nano Dimension will fall, I'm just saying that you have to be prepared for the probability that it could fall. So the next thing I want to mention here is the news of what's going on in the stock. So if we scroll down a little bit, then we can see that there's actually not a lot of news. There's only like 3 news stories in a month. So that's actually what I want to see as an investor. The reason why I like seeing no news is because that means that we are in a somewhat predictable place for the stock price. There won't be any big news stories that could add volatility to how the stock is trading. So scrolling back up here to the stock charts, another thing I want to do is zoom out to the max here. And, I haven't seen a lot of people on YouTube do this, but I think that this is very important. We see that there is a ton of money and people that are absolutely trapped up here when the stock first IPO'd. All of these people and all of this money trapped will likely continue putting on downward pressure for the stock. The reason for this is because once we get to these levels, we may have investors from 2017 and 2018 selling the stock to just break even. Now, I'm not saying that this will happen. I'm just saying that this is something you have to consider if you are wanting to invest in Nano Dimension. But now, I want to transition to the most recent earnings report to see if Nano Dimension is living up to the hype that is surrounding the stock right now and to see how the company is really doing overall. So here we are in Nano Dimension's earnings report and the income statement. Here we see a year-over-year view of both the 9-month period and the 3-month period. And this is the most recent quarter here, September 30th, 2020. Now, as always, let's begin with the revenues here, and let's focus on the 3-month period for simplicity. So as we can see in the most recent quarter, we made $438,000 compared to last year where we made $2,200,000. So actually, year over year, we actually slumped in sales. I actually had to spend like 10 minutes making sure I was reading this right, but these are the correct numbers. We dropped sales year over year, and again, the best question to ask here is why? After reading a little bit of the earnings report, I found out that they did explain why in the earnings report, and I'll put up a screenshot to what they said. Basically, they explained the drop in sales because of the delays due to the health emergency that's going on right now. And honestly, I'm a little concerned with the reasoning here. I completely understand that this is an unprecedented event, but we are months from the start of the emergency, and many other companies who were in the same position and who are in the same or similar industries were able to adapt. So why hasn't Nano Dimension? To me, it is a little concerning that they were unable to adapt to the challenges while others in the same or similar industries were even able to grow revenues. To me, this is definitely a risk that is turning me away from the company at the moment. Another thing that is concerning besides the revenue drop here is the direction that our margins are going. So as we can see, last year we actually made money if we look at this gross profit line here, but this year, because this is in parentheses, this is actually $56,000 that we lost in the business. So let's bore you guys a little bit more and dive a little further to the costs here to figure out why we are losing money. First, let's ignore this amortization of intangible here. I'll explain to you later why I am ignoring this, but for now, let's just focus on the pure costs of revenue, which is this line here, compared to our revenues, which is this line on the expense report here. So just looking at these two numbers for the 3-month period, you don't even have to do math to figure out that our margins are actually shrinking. I'll put up the math of how I came up with my numbers, but doing the math, last year, in 2019, we were able to capture 45% of profit from our revenues. But this year, in the 3-month period, we were only able to capture 31% of revenues. This alone should be a little worrying to investors because our margins are shrinking and this is showing inefficiencies in the business. Even though this may have some stuff to do with the scale up and scale down costs, it is a little worrying to me that our margins are shrinking. Now I want to explain to you why I ignored this amortization of intangible. So what this is just like the costs to make the patents or the trademarks, things that you need to spend money on the product, but it's not actually the product that you're selling. Because this is consistent quarter over quarter and year over year, I ignored it because it is not focusing on the pure profit margins. So while I'm on the income statement, I just wanted to make a couple more points while I'm here. I like the growth of research and development here, this spending year over year, but I would like to see more. This is only a $500,000 increase, and because this is a science company and is at the edge of science, I think that they should be spending more on research. Also, if we look at the 9-month view on research and development expenses, we are actually down year over year. I want to see more spending on research and less on this general and administrative here. As you can see, at first glance, it may look like we're exploding costs here year over year, but if we look down to the double asterisk and what that says, is that it's actually just share-based compensation. So that's actually okay with me because this is money that is not really leaving the company. But the main point I want to make here is that I want increase on research and development. I want our revenues to grow year over year, and I want us to capture more of our revenues and increase our margins. So that is what I really want to see before I invest money into Nano Dimension. Again, this is just me. You have to come up with your own conclusion on if this is what you want to see or if this is enough to give Nano Dimension the benefit of the doubt. So now that we've gone through the boring expense report, let's head over to the trading charts to see if we can find a level or two to buy Nano Dimension if we want to buy Nano Dimension. So here we are in the trading charts of Nano Dimension, and as you can see, in just a few months we really had a nice 400% run to get out of the penny stock range. So what we did was that we made a nice little run upwards and then consolidated for a little bit, and then a nice little run outwards and then a consolidation. So these consolidations are actually really good because now we are forming support levels here. This is because these consolidation levels are times where the buyers matched the sellers for a few days and then the buyers took over and then ran the stock right upwards. So the main support level that I see for the stock right now is this actually where we are right now, this $8 range here. But to me, this is kind of weak support because we've only sat around here for a couple of days, so the equilibrium between buyers and sellers are kind of short here. So the next support level I see is this one around the $6.40, $6.50 range, and then this one down here in the $3, $3.50 range. These levels look a little stronger to me because there's more days where we sat at these equilibriums, but just keep in mind that this $6.50 support level is 30% downside from where we are right now. Now again, this is just a technical analysis which is not rooted in science in any way, but with stocks like this, there is a lot of retail interest. We could see massive swings, and a few days of big negative runs wouldn't surprise me. So this is a risk that you have to consider before investing in Nano Dimension. I'm not saying that we will see a massive downside to the stock. I'm just saying if you invest in the space, you have to be prepared for the possibility that it could happen. But with that said, we are actually in a pretty well-defined uptrend here. So if you make a straight line from the bottoms of these candles here up to where we are today, and the tops of these candles here, and all the way up to these candles up here, these are actually a pretty well-defined uptrend, and this is actually kind of what you want to see if you are an investor or a trader. So now let's take a look at the other major indicators here, which are the MACD, which is this chart here, and the RSI, which is this chart here. So the MACD is an indicator of momentum, and if we zoom in here, we actually see that we actually just crossed negative on the MACD, and that's usually a bearish sign. So what happened here was that this blue line, or a measure of short-term momentum, crossed below the orange line here, which is the measure of long-term momentum. What this basically means here is that the recent short-term past was weaker than the price action we normally see in the long-term past. Now to the RSI as always. Again, if it's between 30 and 70, it's not really telling you that much. But if we zoom back out here, if you really want to grab at straws, you could say that as soon as Nano Dimension peeks its head up above the overbought range here, it comes dipping back down. Once it pokes its head up here, it dips back down. And as you can see in the stock price, the stock likes to dip back down with the RSI. So again, this isn't any information you should trade off of, but just something to consider if you are trading. So that was my review on Nano Dimension stock. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. If you have any questions or if you caught any mistakes, also drop me a comment down below. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.